The King's Avatar, the web novel, written by Butterfly Blue, is an outstanding novel everyone should read, and I'll show you why. Glory, an MMORPG, has taken the world by storm, amassing over 130 million players. In this time, many have risen to become gods in its competitive league. However, its most popular and skilled player has always been shrouded in anonymity. During the 8 seasons the competitive league has existed, this god of glory struck fear into every enemy team he fought against. Even crazier, he ruled the first 3 years of the scene with an iron fist, winning every championship. Up until one day when he suddenly retired, never to be heard from again. Or so we thought. This is a tale about Yi Xiu's sudden departure and inevitable return to the competitive league. Alright, now that we're all on the same page, let's talk about the web novel. The web novel is a beautifully written work that always strives to bring enjoyment to the reader. For example, instead of the story following the vastly experienced Yi Xiu's thoughts and monologues closely, what we get instead are the effects of what Yi Xiu's influence on the non-professional gaming world caused to other casual players, guilds, and even professional players. This approach is like throwing a highly reactive element into a stable concoction. This kind of reaction causes a story where the main character's actions have weight and lasting effects, which are the most enjoyable, at least for me. On a similar note, because Butterfly Blue takes the time to give us the thoughts of many characters other than Yi Xiu, the cast of well-developed characters continues to increase, so much so that I believe if you give this novel the time of day, it is impossible not to fall in love with at least one character. For example, one of my favorite characters in the entire novel is Zhao Yifan. At first, he starts off as a small background character compared to the rest of Team Tiny Herb, but his growth and development as a person and player following Yi Xiu's guidance is just phenomenal. And this kind of growth spurt caused by Yi Xiu is what I like to call the Yi Xiu flame. This flame is by far the most satisfying effect Yi Xiu has on other people. What I mean by this is that Yi Xiu has been playing Glory for 10 years at this point, yet he still has an indescribable passion for it. As a result, when he interacts with other players, he reignites their flames and pushes them to completely new heights. Hell, this kind of passion is even passed on to us, as even the readers start to fall in love with Glory. Now, I don't play a lot or any MMORPGs, but I can say with full confidence that Glory feels like a real game to me. It might not be a perfect rendition of an MMORPG, but it does its job perfectly. So much so that I can picture even the fight scenes in my head as I read. Everything needed for this kind of in-movie experience is perfectly relayed to us by Butterfly Blue. And on the off chance that this is just my reading experience coming into play, if you read from the beginning, you can refer back to the anime to check how it would look visually. So by the point to where you get to new material, everything should flow nicely. If everything I've mentioned still hasn't convinced you to give this web novel a read, just trust in the story's quality. There's a reason why The King's Avatar has expanded beyond web novels into 2 seasons of anime, OVAs, a movie, and a live action series, plus a new anime season on the way. Just read it. Read it. You won't regret it. And if this video has gotten you a bit interested in exploring what else web novels have to offer, be sure to check out my previous video that talks about a super unique series that I'm sure you'll love. With that, I'll see y'all next time.